Today, we're going to be responding to some of our comments. Recently, I've been telling you guys to leave comments below, right? To see what you want me to talk about and stuff. By the way, if you're asking why am I wearing a sweater? So I got an AC. If you can see, I've got an AC back there, and it gets pretty cold. But I'd rather be cold than hot. This room used to be like, let me tell you the story behind that shit. This room used to be boiling balls, man, like extremely hot, right? And one night, it's like I couldn't sleep, right? It was to the point where I would wake up like with my back hurting and everything, and I couldn't sleep. Well, let's not get into the technical parts. Just I couldn't sleep. It was way too freaking hot. I didn't like it one bit, right? So it's one day, a couple months ago, right? It's like 12 a.m., right? Like midnight. Completely everything's off. I had to turn off the lights, so there was no heat being produced. I had some fans. That fan right there, you can't probably see it, but it's there. Take a fan. But fans just, they just create air, but they're not really subbing in that air with cold air, right? So, fuck, man. It was extremely hot, man, and I couldn't sleep. And I was frustrated, so I get off the bed, and I go on OfferUp, right? And I put AC systems. I just put AC. Like, literally, the A, and then C, like C. And I find this guy who sells these systems, right? I found several people, right? They sell systems for AC, but they're pretty far. One's in LA, one's in Corona, one's in Garden Grove, one's in Long Beach, and I think the one I ended up going to was in Downey. Well, I texted them all, right? I just said, hey, is this still available? Like when you go to OfferUp, that stupid thing. But I said, hey, you know what? No one's going to reply with the stupid freaking message. Is this still available? Like, I'm sure they get that shit throughout the whole day. Is this still available? And they reply whenever they got time or whenever they feel like it. And it's 12 a.m. They're probably asleep. And if they're on their phone, how can I catch their attention? So I literally just go on it. And hey, this can work for everyone. You want to get someone's attention? I literally just I type, I will pick it up right now. Or he wanted 300, right? I put, I'll give you the money and I'll pick it up right now. Like, I need it now, man. And then he I urgent, right? And then a minute later he replies, sure, man. Like, he didn't even question me. Like, it's late. Fuck that. Literally, let me explain this. So he said, sure, man. I told him, give me your address, and then he gave me his phone number, so I called him, and he said, so you want? And then I guess he messed up because I was supposed to buy one that was $300. Or 350, because apparently it covers whatever, blah blah blah, X amount of square feet, and this room is not that big, so, and then he's like, oh, which one did you want, the 200 square feet or the 300 square feet? So I kind of figure, I'm sure the 300 is more expensive. Like, oh yeah, I got the 200 square feet. Oh yeah, that's $200. I was like, sweet, man, I don't have to pay the other three plus 200 square feet, but if every door is closed, you can make it work, And this room's not even, 12 by 12, do the math, 120, 44, yeah, around there, right? Covers way more than 144. So I pick it up and I go, right? And then he has him at this public storage in Downey, so it's kind of sketchy, right? But he wasn't there. It was his brother, and this is a huge freaking guy, right? This huge guy wearing a similar jacket to this. The AC was in a box that I couldn't carry. I'm 5'9", 5'10", 6 feet on a good day, 5'10", 5'11", my bad, and I couldn't carry that shit. It's kind of heavy, right? I'm struggling. Fuck, man, it's kind of. Before I struggle, so his brother just has the AC like nothing, right? He's this huge guy. He's fucking 6 feet, 6'6", huge man, right? Fuck, I got kind of scared. I was like, fuck, I hope I don't get freaking, I don't know, just some weird shit went through my head. He gives me the AC, I can't even carry it, right? And he's like, oh, thank you, man. I was like, yeah, I think I talked to your brother. He told me he was going to send you, blah, 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 whatever. By then, it was already 1:30, because by the time, it was 1 something. Like an hour later, I got there, blah, 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 right? And yeah, later I come out I came out to find out because I bought another AC for them, for my mom, and so she can put it in her living room. And I come out to find out that they sell these shits during, so now we're talking about this business shit, right? So during summer, they sell these shits. They sell the 200 square feet, the 250, and the 350 square feet, or 300, 350. And they have this huge one that covers up to 500 square feet. But that one's massive, right? I guess it's more like commercial usage, like for sort of like big rooms, commercial rooms, right? Offices, I guess. It can cover three rooms, small rooms, and like a little living room, whatever. And so I come out to find out that during the summer they sell these things and they make really good money because they buy them from like a big company. They're actually LG, so they're a brand. They're LG, right? I saw them at Home Depot and they were running for like, I don't know, maybe they were running for somewhere around 350. I think the one that I have, the 200 square feet or 250 square feet, I'm not sure. I think so. Either way, they sell it for like 150 or 100 or $150 left. It's not bad, right? I guess the gas and shit. And yeah, so during the summer for like 2-3 months, 3 months, yeah, 2 to 3 months, they sell that shit and they make so much good money. They even have like 3 workers working there during the day, you know. So many people come up because they post them on OfferUp. And first I thought, wow, how does this business work? Like, is it even profitable? But I bought from them in a month, in a span of 2 weeks, I bought 4 ACs off them. So that's, one of them was 300, so that's 2, 3, so that's 500, and then 2, so 800, so yeah, 400, so like $900 I think. Wait, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, $900. $900 worth of ACs, right? That's in 2 weeks. But there's people that go and they buy like 10 of them, and I guess resell them or use them, whatever, right? That's not whatever. They just sell them. But these guys literally have like a big ass truck coming in every day. And I was thinking, I told his brother, like, hey, can I like? That was the first time I went. I didn't really talk to him, right? But then I went again the second time, and that's when I asked all these questions I'm telling you guys. It's because I asked one of the other workers that was there. So I told them, hey, is it possible that I can like? Oh, at first I asked them how that worked, blah blah blah, and then I told him, oh, can I ever like interview the little bit like the business and shit? And he's like, yeah. And then his brother, the third AC I bought, that's when I talked to his brother. I was like, yeah, can I do it? But he told me, yeah, you would have to come in, like, just try to come in next week, because that's basically that week I was there was the last week they were selling ACs, because they only rent the storage for, like I said, 3 months. After that's when it ends. So they only post them on OfferUp, and that's how they get like me, a client, to buy it. But they have like other people buying it from them in like big amounts. Like I remember he told me he was gonna go deliver this truck, like a huge like cargo van with like 30 ACs in there, right? Do the math, 30 times 200 average or minimum, and he was gonna sell it. What the hell? Oh, ZC, my bad. I guess this thing fell. My bad. Oh, talking about the fan. This is the infinite fan that I had, which didn't work for shit, guys. It'll make the shit worse, right? So then he told me, you know, this is how it works and stuff. But yeah, so today's video, basically, I saw some of my comments, and they were just asking me, hey, what do you do, or blah blah blah, right? Because like, a lot of people ask me, or like people I meet, right? So, or like, what do I do for a living? I guess that's like a question we all have, which I think is stupid. I think the first question you should always ask someone, like, no, I don't mean the comments and stuff. No, that's great. And like when you meet someone, don't ask them like, what are you? I think you should always ask them, hey, how are you doing? Like, be interested, not interest. No, be interesting, not interested. And I don't mean any of you guys. I mean in the sense of like how he feels. Like, oh, do you feel happy and shit like that, right? But alright, going back to the comments. So I get a lot. I get comments and I get some DMs when I post like videos and stuff. Right? Like, oh, what are you doing? Blah blah. Well, I do a bunch of shit, honestly. If I were to sit here and tell you guys I focus on one thing, I would be lying to you. And I feel like anyone that's starting off at anything you do, when you say you do, the only person that does one thing is they who only has a job, goes home, and repeats that every day. They only do one thing. Otherwise, I mean, like me, every day I have to like just find a freaking way. Like today, I met up with this guy, right? And he was showing me his like how he does some shit involving like reselling things, right? Which makes a good profit. And so every day I try to learn something new, right? Basically like interview him without a camera, which would be like, I mean, which I think, now that I think about it, I should bring the camera with me everywhere. But I mean, those are just things for me to learn and stuff. which eventually I will bring it on, like I said. But what I do, I said, like, I do everything. Like, as of now, I'm working on self-developing myself, because I think it's very important. Like, you gotta self-develop yourself. I audio listen books, but I have to read, because I'm due to my challenge 75 hard. I have to read the books, but you have like, I don't like reading for shit, man. Like, I think I still suck at reading. I don't think I do. I still suck at reading, but I audio listen books and I capture them, and I like watching videos, like interviews, like podcasts. I love them because, like, you just see the person here talking to the other person, and they're both discussing, but at the same time they're doing the hand movement and everything. So, like, the Andrew Tate and Patrick David and the other sir, that's an awesome interview because you see how they move and stuff. So that all, that makes you, like, you capture more of it than when you just hear it or when you just read it. Even though reading opens doors in your head you have no clue about. They would always tell me that. Later found out, but I still don't like reading. Like I said, I like podcasts, watching videos. So I'm doing that, self-developing myself. For work, I got a couple things going on. I just don't really talk about them a lot. Like what you see here, this is it is my work because I have to be bringing some type of, like, thing to this. Maybe not always get something in return, but eventually, hopefully I do. But that's what this is about. Work, I do construction. I guess you can say I do sales because I do that. And so basically, right now, all my money now is earned income. Like, everything I make is earned income. It's considered earned income because I have to work for it. I don't mean like work, sweat, or like, I do still do that. Like, I work, sweat for stuff. Sometimes, like, most of the time I involve myself in, like, our job sites and stuff. Other times, and I got like 2 more things going on. I just don't talk about them because they're just things that I gotta get done. Because otherwise, like, I believe in, like, sometimes we talk too much and then we don't do it, and that's not good. So I gotta get them done, and then when I get them done, you guys will know about them. But it's just like everyone, I'm sure all of you seen this, got your own shit going on. I hope you got, and if not, you can have your own shit going on. You should make your own shit going on. Like, develop yourself. Just learn about like, if you want to be rich, you obviously have to learn about millionaires, right? Like, rich people, billionaires. Because how are you gonna get there if you're listening to, like, another person, right, who's not where you want to be? So, that's basically what I spend my time on, learning from other people. Just watching how they do things and then trying to, like, implement those things, which can get a little challenging because the hard part is never copying someone, like seeing them do it and then you do it. Like, oh, you see this businessman. I know a lot of, like, rich people, right? I see this guy who has, like, basically owns an empire of supermarkets, right? You just go and open your own. That's easy. Now, doing the work is what gets tough sometimes for everyone. Because at the end of the day, I think the toughest part of success is doing the work. Everyone talks about blah 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 blah. I work, success, blah 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 blah. Just no one does the work, including myself. We never do the work. Sometimes, I'm changing that, So that's one thing. Obviously, I'm working on my health. Ever since I actually gained 5 pounds, then I lost them, then I gained 2 pounds, then I lost them. So I feel like that's just, like, I don't know. I wouldn't call it water weight. But I don't know what the hell it is, right? I don't know how to. Oh, excuse me, I'm moving a lot. I tend to move a lot. Like, if you watch this and you knew me before, I could never be sitting down, like, in a chair, man. I know there's one of my friends here from school, man. Damn, I love this guy. Known him for a while. Maybe love's a strong word, but I've known him for, like, since middle school and shit. And he knows I move a lot, man. Like, I can't sit down. I would always get kicked out of the class and shit. Sitting down's not my thing. I just like moving and move. Like, when I talk, I move my hands, I walk around and shit. So, like, I guess, hey, I always done that, and I never knew that was actually something good. You want to catch, like, if you're talking to someone very successful, you don't just want to be like, yeah, well, yeah. No, you gotta, like, move and shit. Like, if you see, like, the interview I showed you guys about Tate and Andrew Tate and Patrick David, most of those, man, like, do hand moves. Like, Trump, when he talks, freaking moves, everywhere. His hands and shit, his body, blah blah blah. And then there's Biden, you know, but I'm sure he's just old. Let's not mess with the old man. Let him do his work great. But we don't want that shit falling again. It's kind of scary, man. I don't know. For some reason, every time I hear a little noise, I freaked out, right? So that's what I do, working on myself. Yeah, and basically every day I repeat that routine. I was going to the gym at the morning, like I said. Now I go to the gym either in the morning or later at night. Today I went in the night. So my bad. It's a lot better fall. So my bad. I moved it. I either go in the morning or the night. Then I have to go get my work done. My work requires a lot of like, not so much like a little bit of driving, a little bit of being there, and then when I have to do the physical work, then obviously it requires me to like the hands-on and shit, right? That's one of the things. How I started doing that, basically because of my dad. He has, I think, what I've learned is not really who you know, it's not what you know, but who you know, because who you know can get you places, far places, you know? Like the reason I know, basically all I know is because of people. People have taught me, you know, people have influenced me, or people have pushed me sort of there, you know? That's how I know. So you want to learn something, basically surround yourself with successful. You want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people, or people that want to win. You know, because sometimes it's hard if you have, the only way to surround yourself with successful people is that you have to be winning. But if you're not winning, then they're not going to basically pay attention to you. But if you're winning, then they will pay attention to you. But always surround yourself with hungry people that are hungry, like I said, that push you, and that you, because of them, push yourself. That's the most important thing. You must push yourself. Not them pushing you, you gotta push yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's you against you, motherfuckers. I saw that quote from somewhere. Which is cool, right? It's you against you, motherfuckers, and you gotta push yourself every day. So, try to surround myself with positive people. So, yeah, that's what I do. And like I said, yeah, because of my dad, I have a bunch of connections. I know a lot of people. And basically, that's how I get my main, like, I guess I want, like, leads. We get leads. We work together and stuff. And, yeah, it goes pretty well. I feel like it's survival mode, if you guys know what I mean. Just what maybe separates me from that is that I know that it won't always be that. It's like deeper stuff. Like I don't know how to explain it to my head, right? But that's one thing. I got my 401k. No, I'm joking. I don't got my 401k. I do invest a couple, I guess you want to call it, in like the apps and stuff. Hey, by the way, I don't know how Rumble, I think that's what it's called, Rumble, whatever, where Andrew Tate and Steve Woodua joined. So basically, they went public in New York like a couple days ago, right? Like in the stock market. I have a feeling that if everyone starts noticing that YouTube is being too like, hope they don't like. I mean, I already don't get enough views, and if they freaking see, they will see this. They're probably gonna start dragging me out, right? But if YouTube, like people start realizing that YouTube kind of like is in charge of us here, like who are content creators, like Instagram, everyone, they're in charge, you know, like you say something they don't want you to say, and they'll just little by little start pushing you left, you know, or like right, whatever the wrong way is. And Rumble's like more freedom of speech, I guess, because they have Andrew, you know how Andrew talks. And basically, yeah, so they went here, let me show, they went public, right, their company. Damn, imagine that thing, because I don't know, but imagine everyone moves there, like, or a big percentage of people that do YouTube move to like Rumble. Like imagine Mr. Beast moves there and he attracts 1/4 or 1/3 of his audience. Holy shit, that stock would be huge, man. Look, I'll even tell you guys the name of the stock. Rumble stock, let me see. I had it right here, I had it saved, and then I think well, here, let me see, guys. Anyways, no. If I said I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna show you that shit. Let me find it. 1 second, guys. I will find the freaking fucking thing right here. RUMB. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, see? CFVI. Okay, so their stock is called CFVI. I mean, if any of you invest or know about investing, you can always find out, right? I don't know shit. This is actually no advice, no financial advice. I'm just saying, because I've been hearing like a bunch of people talk about it, right? I was looking at some the people that interviewed Steve would do it, and he was talking about how like, oh, if people were to move from like platforms, big platforms that exist like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, now TikTok. I mean, people don't like TikTok, which I agree with. It could be, maybe it is used as a weapon, right? But it's still freaking big here, so whether you like it or not. And those, if people were to move from there to Rumble, like that would attract a lot of people, which would obviously spike their stock. And here, oh fuck, I forgot the name of it. What is it? CFVI. CFVI. Yeah, so it's basically, it's selling at $12, right? It's a stock, right? You can buy a stock for $12. I think that's what it, or 12 point. Like I said, I don't even know how this works. It's up 4.42%, but this you guys gotta like take advice from the professionals. So do your own research. But I'm just saying, like, imagine all the big people move to that platform. I'm not saying they stop producing on YouTube, but I mean, even if you see Mr. Beast, you know how we did reaction videos of him. In one of the videos, he said, you know, F YouTube because they block me from all this shit. Like, there's certain content they don't let us post and shit like that. So basically, they're in control of us content creators. Can't see shit they don't want to say because then they'll stop throwing views towards you. And you know, that kind of sucks, right? Because if you live off views. But yeah, check it out, CFVI. That's the stock name. I hope they go big. That means that $2,000 would turn into a lot of money. I mean, what was it? If you would have invested like $1,000 in 2001 or 19 something on Amazon, you would have been worth like something in the like 7 figures. That's like a lot of millions, right? But I mean, like I said, it's just no one knew, or maybe people knew. They just it's a risk, you know. Life's a risk. Everything's a risk. And yeah, so I just wanted to touch that little point because I saw it. So if you guys see this, look into it and do your own research though. Don't take my advice. I don't know shit about stocks, about finance. I have no clue. I only know what's best for me, but you gotta find out what's best for you. And so yeah, that's basically the video. And maybe I didn't go into like full depth. I understand that I myself will admit I didn't go into like full depth because I don't know how to like explain like everything. Well, no, actually I do know. That's, if you say you don't know, that's bullshit. Everyone knows what they're doing. They just decide to either do it right or not do it at all. I just decide not to like explain fully in depth. But I hope this helped a little bit, guys. And yeah, that was just today's video. Was just Triple R explaining what he does and things that he's working on developing. I always mention it though. Like if you go to my past videos, I always mention I'm working on self-development and stuff like that. And I enjoy doing videos here in front of the camera. I remember I used to be shy before. Then when I started doing, if you guys go back to like my couple months ago, I was doing pranks. You know, it kind of took shyness away from me because I came across like, you know, it made me like loosen up and shit in the good way, yeah. And now it's just kind of like normal to do videos here and stuff. But just know we're working on shit. I'm working on shit. And you too. You gotta work on something, guys. Anyways, guys, hey, I hope you enjoyed today's video. The Triple R explaining himself. Don't forget to like, comment, and if you just are new, subscribe to me. Help me blow this shit up. Comment below, like I said. Any other questions you guys have, I'll do videos on it for you guys to watch. I love you guys. Yeah, I love you. And have an awesome rest of your day. I will see you guys in the next one.
Peace. A triple R here. And hey, follow my Instagram at Rio Rolando Rodriguez.